Welcome, Saints fans. I would like to welcome y'all to a new page called Saints Stuff. I'm your host, Wes Brown, and I am looking to create an account where I can talk an analytic approach to all things New Orleans Saints. For my first page, or for my first video, I would like to create a video about the Saints offseason, give out some grades, talk about how we got here and what steps we took to get to where we are today. Saints started off this offseason 111 million, 110 million over the cap. When I say over the cap is a number set by the NFL, and they set that number to where all teams can spend that for that season. The number set right now is right around 180 million, and the Saints were projected to be way over. And in fact, they were the number one team way over. So they had to get rid of a lot of changes, edits to the Saints roster to make a salary cap, to make it underneath the salary cap. So first issue was the Drew Brees contract. That seemed to be the biggest issue for us. Mickey Loomis did a great job of financial finagling around this salary cap issues. Drew Brees officially retired. As sad as that is for Saints fans, I know that how sad that's got to be. So, the Drew Brees contract was a big issue. It was set to hit us for $22.6 million against the salary cap for this year alone, and he was retired, so that money would be dead money being paid for a player that's not even playing. So Drew Brees took a massive pay cut and took a league minimum deal and dropped that $22.6 million all the way down to $1 million. And instead of all of that hitting against the salary cap this year for this season, Mickey Loomis came in and has found some loopholes around that, and saying if you file the retirement paperwork post June 1st, half of the dead money goes to this year and half the dead money goes to the next year. So making that $11.5 million to hit this year and $11.5 million to hit next year. So that's a great loophole for Mickey Loomis to find that. I give that an A- for sure. I give that the A- only because we shouldn't have be in this situation. Like, Mickey Loomis he loves backloading contracts. We live and die by backloading the contracts for the New Orleans Saints. So we honestly just shouldn't have been in this issue to begin with, but it's still an A- for being able to create those opportunities to go out and sign new players. So A- as it is. So the next way the Saints got out of that salary cap issues was cutting players, of course. And you know it has to happen. It's sad to see, but we had to cut some players. Quan Alexander was the first to go. His was more of an injury cut, but still cut. He was a phenomenal linebacker for us towards the end of the season, but he's still dealing with that Achilles injury, so he saved us $13.4 million. We had to cut Janoris Jenkins, our number 2 corner. Releasing him saved us $7 million. We had to cut Nick Easton, our backup offensive lineman. That saved us $5.8 million. We had to cut Emmanuel Sanders, our number 2 wide receiver, sometimes number 1 from really most of the season. That saved us $4 million. We had to cut Josh Hill, Thomas Morstead. We traded Malcolm Brown. All in all, we saved a lot of money cutting these players. I give this grade a C+. The C+ is there because we'd cut a lot of good people in terms of the sense of we didn't cut a lot of production from the New Orleans Saints. Nick Easton, Quan Alexander was phenomenally productive but injured, so he's not going to help us for the beginning part of next year. Nick Easton, backup offensive lineman. Josh Hill, backup tight end. Thomas Morstead, unfortunately, fan favorite, I know, but we already have a punter on the roster, so financially it didn't make sense. It's always sad to see Thomas Morstead, a beloved member of our Super Bowl run. Sadly, he had to go too, so C+. I really want to point out the Janoris Jenkins and the Emmanuel Sanders cuts. I think those are the 2 biggest player impacts that's really going to hurt us for the next season. And we could discuss that in another video, but I just want to point out that's why that C+ grade is there. The Janoris Jenkins, number 2 corner, he played a phenomenal role out opposite of Marshawn Lattimore. It's going to be hard to make up that production, and I would have liked to see us try to, and since it's been free agency, we haven't reached out, we haven't made that new deal. I would have liked to try to see if we could have reduced that contract, done something to save us money instead of just having to cut them all together. So C+ is there. We had to restructure people. That was the next way that we got out of that $111 million over the cap penalty that we were at. We restructured a lot of people, Cam Jordan being the top of the list. We restructured his contract to save us $9.5 million, Mike Thomas to save us $8.7 million, Taysom Hill to save us $7.7 million, Andrus Peat saved us $6 million, David Onyemata saved us $4.4 million, Demario Davis, Malcolm Jenkins, Will Lutz, and Teron Armstead just recently. Even those, some of those details aren't even officially out yet. So restructuring was highly important for us. I give this grade a B, a solid B. A B in the sense of we restructured a lot of guys. We restructured a lot of money to save. Even the Cam Jordan $9.5 million right there. I mean, that's a 10th of what we really, or 11th, I guess, of what we really needed. The B is there only because when you restructure a contract, you're taking away money from their salary for this year and giving them a portion of their salary, converting it to a signing bonus. And so instead of a salary, it converts into a signing bonus, and that player gets a lump sum all at once right then. At the same time, if that player is getting a lump sum, it gives them less motivation to want to try for that season, want to go, have 10 more receptions, have 2 more touchdowns. It gives them a lot less motivation to continue to work hard for that season because they've already gotten their money. So, and not to mention, it also makes it harder for us to get rid of that contract or try to edit or change that contract in the future. It ties us to the Saints, to that player, a lot longer. So that's why that B rating is there. It needed to be done, the restructuring of Cam Jordan, Michael Thomas, Taysom Hill, Andrus Peat. Those are superstars that are on the team. They have high dollar number contracts, and so that B is there for that reason. The last thing I want to touch on with our offseason moves thus far is the re-signing of players. We re-signed the Jameis Winston. We re-signed, we didn't re-sign. We tagged Marcus Williams, which is a franchise tag. When you franchise tag a player, it means it's basically a one-year deal that they have to play for that organization, and they get paid at the average of the top 5 of that player's position. So for Marcus Williams, it's free safety. The top 5 players make roughly $10 million to $15 million, somewhere in that range, I believe, and I'm not quite positive. I think that tag is a $11.8 million deal. I'm not sure. Y'all can correct me in the comments if y'all want to. So that tag there is there. We signed Alex Arma, fullback from the Carolina Panthers, a very athletic guy. I'm impressed with that signing for sure. We signed Nick Vannett. He's a very great blocking tight end. And we signed Tanoa Passignon, I think is how you say that. Phenomenal defensive end, very undervalued, underproven himself yet. I think he is a breakout candidate, but we can get into that into another video. All in all, the re-signing of players, the players we've signed so far, I give this grade a C-. C- in the sense of that C is there because we managed to keep Jameis Winston. It's a very good deal for us, a 1-year prove-it deal. It's very similar to the Cam Newton deal that New England just gave him. It's very much a base salary with incentive packages. So I really enjoyed that deal. We tagged Marcus Williams. He's still a member of the New Orleans Saints, which is a good thing, but I would have rathered us try to come to a financial agreement, a contract, some type of headway, progress was made in that sense. So I'm disappointed that we had to tag him. However, he's still on the team, so that C- is there for that. I think Alex Arma is really going to help us. Nick Vannett's really going to help us, and we managed to keep a lot of special teams guys. The Justin Hardy, the walking of Justin Hardy, I think, is going to really hurt us. So I want to kind of include him in that section because I wish we would have had the financial option to keep him as part of the team. But so that's a C-. So all in all, we've done a phenomenal job getting under the cap. we are where we are today, and I'm looking forward to this New Orleans Saints season. So I hope y'all like this very first video. Please tell me what y'all think in the comments. Let me know. Let me know. Give me some feedback on what you liked, what you didn't like, and what topics you would want to hear me discuss in the future. Thank y'all, and who dat?